Hello, hello. It is us again on Crick Buzz Live. And my tone might not give away the seriousness of this match, the excitement of this match, the do or die, or should we say the do and die. We'll get to that joke in just a second. Hello and welcome to Crick Buzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapoor. I have with me Mr. Simon Dool and Mr. Mike and Warren, because we said foreigners love. We've got two of them here. Hello, gentlemen.
Overseas signings.
You're the two overseas signings.
That's it. What did you go for in the draft?
I wasn't. I was quite a way down the bottom actually. Yeah. The medium slow bowlers can go last in the draft. So
just a replacement.
Yeah. So you came in late. So who got injured? Someone got injued for you.
Yeah, someone just fell down those steps, fell past that table.
The thing is, he's got 1.5 knees right now. So
that's more than me.
Mate, the bionic one goes good. The bionic one goes. That's the one. This one's just a half.
Well, gentlemen, we're very happy to have you here. Both of you, along with your draft signing amount, will be getting a red table as well. So therefore, that just quadruples straight away. But for these two teams today, they don't want to quadruple anything. They just want to get 2 points, because if they don't get him, oops, they're looking down the barrel of a gun. Kolkata Knight Riders and the Rajasthan Royals playing today at the Eden Gardens. Now, both teams have a lot of confidence, because Rajasthan Royals, what they did in Mumbai, and for KKR, what they did in Indore, and boy, what they did in Indore. Yeah, Simon? Well, Michael, we spoke about it a lot, but wow, 245.
Some serious batting, wasn't it? I mean, that's been the key for them winning. I think when they put runs on the board, their bowling attack can kind of stifle teams. With Rajasthan, I think it's just Joss Buttler. Yeah. That's all it's been the last 5 games for them since they've moved into the top. And I know Michael was a big fan of that right from the start of the tournament. They got it wrong. They finally got it right, and they're a chance now, which is, you know, something they weren't a chance for 4 games ago. So.
It's just where it's just come too late. That move to
because
put
it's time for him to go, perhaps.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, well, it shows you the prominence of the IPL is that Josh Buttler has 5 incredible games at the top of the order.
Yeah,
and you know what? Who comes calling? Test matches.
Test matches come calling, say, excuse me, we'll have some of that, please. A lot of that, into 5, if you could, please. So, Joss Buttler, along with Ben Stokes. So, Rajasthan Royals always had a problem that Ben Stokes will be leaving when the England call-up comes, which means he'll miss the last league game as well as the possible playoffs. And now, with the England Test squad announced,
well, I know one man that'll be absolutely spitting feathers. That'll be Shane Warne. He's star man. He'll probably taken a phone call earlier this morning. It was been from Joss Buttler saying, Shane, can I just have a cup of coffee? I've got something to tell you. Yeah. Tonight is my last game for you, because I'm going to get back to the UK for a test match against Pakistan. Yeah, there's the test squad.
Are you saying that Shane Warne is not a fan of the ECB?
No, he'll be delighted for Joss to get back into the team, but he'll be very, very disappointed, because, let's be honest, the last 3 games in particular, Joss Buttler has won them.
Well, he'll be disappointed from Melbourne, though, because he's going back to Melbourne as well. Warnie's not staying either. He's
going back a couple of nights ago, but he's decided to go to Calcutta.
Yeah, he was meant to leave after the Mumbai game the other night, but at about 4 in the morning when I was talking to him, he said, well, no, apparently managers changed my ticket. Yeah. And so now I'm not going till after the Kolkata game. But he's leaving anyway, so he'll be on the plane with Joss and with Ben Stokes.
You actually look at that, so you've got Buttler and Stokes who play the last game tonight.
Yeah.
You know, the net run rate is such an important factor. Rajasthan have got to win tonight, and they've got to win well to make sure that net run rate is up. So potentially they may be able to lose that last game to sneak into the playoffs, but you think that they're going to have to win both. Let's
have a look at the points table, because there's going to be so much talk about it in this last week. We have no idea who the other 2 teams in the playoffs are going to be. Literally, Simon, we have no idea.
No, it's good though, isn't it? I mean, a week ago or 10 days ago, we sat here and thought the last week of the tournament might be boring.
Yeah.
And now it could come down to Chennai's last game against Delhi.
Yeah. They have Kings 11 is their last game. Their last game is Kings 11. Kings 11's last game. Yeah, that's on Sunday.
And Sunday in Delhi, we've got Mumbai up there. It could come down to those last games on Saturday and Sunday. So I think that's the good thing about it. We sat here and thought it could be boring. Now it's going to be pretty exciting. Sunrisers qualified, probably guaranteed the top with 1 more win, and CSK are, in that 1 and 2 and 3 spot.
Yeah, so my call last night was that the last day's games are going to be knockouts for MI and Kings 11, even though they're not playing against each other.
Yeah.
They're playing separate games. That's going to be super interesting. Listen, the next few days is going to be absolute smasher right here. But if we just look at, we're just going to pull that points table up again, because we've been talking about this 14-point scenario a lot. And now if you see that if there's KKR and RR, one of them will go to 14 today, and let's say they lose their next game, they stay at 14th, and the team that loses today wins their next, they go to 14. In case there's a traffic jam at 14, look at the net run rates of both RCB and MI, both in the positive, which means both these teams today are going, hey, listen, 14 might not be good enough for us, especially Rajasthan Royals. They're minus 0.3.
Well, Rajasthan Royals the other night, they were minus 0.45 going into that game. And they went from minus 0.45 to minus 0.34.
Yeah.
So they hardly moved. 0.9 was all they went up. After a win in 17.5 overs. So 2 overs to spare, it really didn't move their run rate a lot. RCB's moved enormously because of a win in, 7 overs last night. But those are the sort of numbers you're looking at. You're looking at winning in 11, 12, 13 overs to actually get your run rate to a decent point.
But
that's where
14 is not going to be enough for Rajasthan Royals. They've got to win the last 2 games. Without question.
Also, do you think KKR missed a trick the other day? They got 245, but somehow they just couldn't sort of press their foot on the jugular with Kings 11, right, who got to 220 then.
Yeah, and also I think they've missed a trick by not doing the same thing tonight. You know, they've won the toss and decided to bowl first. You know, I'm surprised at T20 cricket. You win the previous game, batting first, getting a monster of a total on the deck, putting the opposition under pressure. You go to your home venue, the pitch looks good, and you go, you know what, we'll have a ball first, we'll chase that. It might work, but I'm always surprised you just don't keep going with the same. When it's working in T20 cricket, there's no point in kind of mixing around with it. Just keep going with what's been working.
Have we seen a forecast for Kolkata? Is there rain around? I mean,
there was rain a little earlier in the day, perhaps just a bit of a drizzle, but it's fine.
Because that can happen in Kolkata quite regularly. They do get a late night storm, a late night shower, so that may be in the thinking if there was rain around earlier in the day. Sometimes day starts with rain, finishes with a bit of rain.
They also won 4 of their 6 games chasing, so maybe that plays in their mind as well. Also, it could be a countermeasure to Joss Butler. You're saying, don't know what we'll get, and he's going to go crazy. His last game before he gets on the plane. Let me help us out.
They've also gone pace, haven't they? Chola out with a side strain, but they've got Mavi back, so they've gone pace for a spin. I
like the youngster.
So there you go, those are the changes. You've got, just the one change, not plural, singular, ladies and gentlemen. And that means Shivam Mavi has come in for Piyush Chawla, which means it's not a like-for-like replacement. They've taken out a leggy, they've put in a pacer. But, if you look at the seam attack, it's Prasidh Krishna, Shivam Mavi, Javon Searles, which means that the 3 of them collectively have lived as many days as Sunil Narine has bowled balls in his career.
They're all young. Andre Russell is always the key, isn't he? Andre Russell. Can he bowl 4 overs? Possibly not. He's good for 2 overs.
Can he stay in one piece?
Well, that's it. I mean, that's the key for them, and it has been the whole tournament, really. If he's fit or half fit, good enough to bowl 2 overs for them, it just gives them those options around the other bowlers if a Mavi or if a Krishnan goes for too many runs. But he's got to be good for two at least.
So one change for KKR, and for Rajasthan Royals, no changes. I mean 3 changes, which for them is equal to no changes, because that's pretty much standard operating procedure for them. They've made the 3 changes today. One comes as no surprise. There is obviously Darcy Short who goes out. Now, I guess then you make 2 are no surprise, because then you've got to drop, Dhaval Kulkarni, Anureet comes in, that's a like for like. But to get Ish Sodhi back in, right, you drop an Indian bowler. Shreyas Gopal goes out, and Rahul Tripathi has to come in, because with Darcy Short gone, you need an Indian batsman. So we predicted pretty much 2 changes yesterday.
I think Tripathi will open the batting.
Still no Ajinkya?
No, I think he'll.
The guy doesn't catch a break, does he?
I think Sanju will be 4. I think Stokes will be 5. The reason being that Butler's now going. He's going back, so they need to find an opening batsman for the last game, potentially the playoffs. So I think Tripathi will open the batting tonight.
And Rahane will go to the top. When Butler goes and Stokes goes. So Rahane, because he's so versatile, he'll go to the top of the order after Butler's gone. But tonight, Tripathi will go to the top of the order. And the thing with Rajasthan, I mean, Ish Sodhi back is a good one, but they're relying so heavily on Butler at the top and Archer with the ball. They've got to find some other contributors. Once those guys are gone, Stokes was good the other night, but once those guys are gone, who wins them a game? That's their massive issue.
So Rahul Tripathi last year, when he was turning out for the Pune team at Eden Gardens, got 87. They were the opening partnership there as well. Rahane and Tripathi worked for Pune when they reached the final last year.
But that's why it was a surprise at the start of the tournament. Tripadi was used in the middle of the order.
Yeah.
He was used as the finisher.
Yeah,
I never get the finisher in T20.
Michael,
You get your best players in at the top of the order to face as many balls as they possibly can. You know, Josh Butler's been the finisher in the last 2 games because he's faced all the balls. He's been 94, 95 not out. You know, I think it's very difficult for those that come in at 6 and 7 to be known as the finishers in T20 cricket. Give them, 15 balls, 10 balls?
Well,
you know, quality players need as many balls as possible.
The Royals, let's count their openers. They're traffic jam at the top. They're Darcy Short, Ajinkya Rahane, Rahul Tripathi, Joss Butler. Then they got Ben Stokes to open. So they've just got too many people who are openers.
Now, this will not come out of my mouth very, very often, but I did feel sorry for Darcy Short the other night.
Yeah.
Feeling sorry for an Australian from a New Zealand point of view is very, very rare.
There's no one feeling sorry for Australia on this panel,
but he was crook as a dog. He hadn't eaten for 30 hours. He was throwing up.
Why did they play him then?
Because Ish Sodhi's knee was gone. Ish Sodhi's knee was gone the game before he dived. So I'm not sure whether you knew that, but he dived in Jaipur, hurt his knee. I saw him at the airport. It was swollen. It was like the size of a rugby ball. So he was pretty much gone for that game.
Yeah.
And then they should have bought Klaasen in.
Yeah, Klaasen should have played in the middle.
They should have bought Klaasen and gone with Tripathi maybe at the top and bought Klaasen. Or Rahane to open and bought Klaasen into the middle. But Darcy Short was out on his feet. Could not hardly walk, let alone run.
How's Sodhi's knee suddenly better 2 days later?
Well, like the ice and I don't know. But
massive tablets.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it's 4 days, isn't it? It's 4 days between because they've had a tough go. Game, travel, game.
Yeah.
So 3 and 5 days for Rajasthan is
and the knee reacts badly to air pressure, doesn't it? People don't realise this, but it really does react badly to air pressure.
They made him drive from Jaipur to Mumbai.
Jaipur to Mumbai.
Yeah. Cycle.
Which is why he hadn't eaten in 30 hours.
I think he took a rickshaw.
A tuk-tuk. That's another thing. You realise that a lot of people call the auto rickshaw the tuk-tuk. No, it's an auto. You have to call an auto. That's right. That's what it is.
What is a tuk-tuk?
A tuk-tuk is what they have in Bangkok. Okay. Those are motorcycle rickshaws.
Right.
So it's an auto,
tuk-tuks.
is it?
It's an auto.
Auto. Here you call them auto. Or the cool kids, like myself, we call them ricks. Like a rickshaw, a rick. So I'm going to grab a rick.
Rickies.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
When I'm ordering my next auto.
Youth. We're all the youth. Well, so just a quick update. Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss. Dinesh Karthik won the toss. Has told Ajinkya Rahane to go in and bat. So they're going to bat. Ajinkya Rahane is not going to pad up immediately because the poor guy, they never let him open. So it's probably going to be Rahul Tripathi and Joss Butler. We shall find out shortly. But let's look at the 14-point scenario. Now, disclaimer. Yesterday we showed you a 14, a 16, a 18, a 27, a 4, the prime numbers, Fibonacci sequence. We showed you everything yesterday. We're just going to stick to the 14-point sequence today because we really confused Michael. He couldn't sleep till 4 a.m. because there were numbers spinning in his head. So we're going to show you just the 14-point scenario because it's so unique. To have 2 teams qualified, 1 team's gone home from the dance. You've got 5 and they could potentially. And if you look at it, none of this seems really outlandish. None of the scenarios seem particularly outlandish.
RCB have found some form, and if Kohli and AB fire and Tim Southey's bowling well, then they can beat Sunrisers, they can beat Rajasthan. There's no issue with that. So that can happen.
We haven't told you Michael's call from last night. Michael's call last night was if RCB qualifies, they're going to win the title because they'll be steamrolling everyone. Big call, huh?
If they sneak
into fourth
spot from a week ago.
Yep.
With all those players and those 2 superstars, you ain't going to want to face them.
Only one team's ever won from 4th, and that was before the McIntyre system was used as well. So the McIntyre system is the 1 plays 2, 3 plays 4, and then the progress. The only team that won from 4th,
I'll tell you, was Adam Gilchrist with Deccan Chargers when they beat the Delhi Daredevils when he scored 87 of 30 something.
Correct.
On that one day, which is probably the reason why the playoffs came into being.
But that was a 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. And 4 went straight to the final and won it. That was the year that Deccan Chargers won it. So that's the only team. So under the McIntyre system, or this new system, no team has come from 4th.
Who's McIntyre?
Australian. So they use it for the rugby league.
Not the leg spinner.
No. No, it's the McIntyre system comes about from a rugby league tournament, the NRL in Australia. That's the scenario they use. there.
So Paul McIntyre did not come up with that. Right? That's not him. He had nothing to do with the rugby.
No, he did not. So do we go back to the 14-point scenario now? Sorry, I didn't
Let's go
I
have
didn't
a
mean
look
to
at it
interrupt.
once again with RCB. You're thinking that they beat SRH and RR. Simon says, not a problem, they could. MI, you think they could beat DD, of course, if they're on a roll. Kings 11, wheels have fallen off completely. You don't know what's going on there. You have Rajasthan to beat KKR today, and then RCB beats them.